Hi, my name is Coach Farshad. We're here at ProWorld Tennis Academy, and we're going to be using the angle and with the strap, the forehand framework. So the kids can learn how to properly prepare, have a stroke guide, and it also helps them get in proper position. Because the angle limits the arm movement, it gives the kids awareness on where they should position their body so they can actually use their whole kinetic chain to create power into the shot. Here we go. Wide base, hips down. So in the beginning stages, it's an awareness tool. Kids lack awareness, right? So what we're doing is we're trying to keep that elbow on the angle. Keep the elbow on the angle. Keep the elbow on, feel it. Good, good, left arm up, left arm up. Elbow on the angle, like put your elbow right on it. That's it, and go, fire. Good. That's it. Where's that left hand supposed to be? Tuck. Good job, core tight, love it. So this is after they have conscious skill, so they're consciously aware of how they're supposed to be doing the stroke, so they have awareness. And so now they've transitioned into actually striking the ball, so we can do different drills where I don't have to overload them with information, right? So now they have a stroke guide, and this is Cam. Here we go. Her main focus is rhythm and timing and sequencing, which she's already worked on. Here we go, ready, say and time it, here we go. And beautiful, cross shuffle, beautiful. Slow and correct, that's it, become smooth. Beautiful, keep that elbow on, Angel. Turn and love it. Hold the angle and shadow, go. And time it, beautiful, say it. Love it, you're doing great. And time it, beautiful. Turn those shoulders back. Beautiful. So Cha's focus is really coiling so she doesn't engage her arm too soon. Beautiful. Good, too low or too high?
Too low.
Too low, so catch it by your waist. Ready, here we go. And time it, excellent. I'm not looking for power. I am looking for sequencing, rhythm, and timing. Here we go, and time it, good to go. Put your feet on either side here. If the angle lands behind you, it means you took your arm up and the ball falls behind you. If it falls in between your legs, it means you didn't rotate your hips. The goal is to get the angle to fly into the blue zone. Bend your knees, turn your hips back, and go. Beautiful. Hits the ball, not the arm. The body hits the ball, not the arm. Elbow down. And good. Do you feel the elbow come off the angle or no?
Yeah.
Hold the angle back and keep everything connected. And and push. That's it. Feel push with the body. Do you feel like you're hitting it or you're connecting? And beautiful. Calm, hip. That's it. Calm, hip. As the hand begins to fall, rotate the legs and hips and push. You're trying to brush. Smooth, smooth. That's it. And once it becomes automatic, then the rallying and all that stuff happens. So within 8 to 10 weeks, they not only have ground forehands, backhands, they have continental grip skills, they have serves, returns, they have everything, yeah. Just say and time it, yeah? Go. Time it. Good, left hand up. Left hand up. Get in position, here we go, get in position. Get out of the way, go, 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 go. And time it, back out quick. Go, and time it, back out quick. Good job, say it. Again, again. Breathe, breathe, lower body. Beautiful. Neutral and open stance, ready. Hold the angle. Ready, go. And time it, back out. And time it, say it, Angel, say it. Say it. Back out, back out. Catch it by your waist, catch it by your waist. Back out, it's okay, you got it. Good. Connect. Beautiful. Get there and good job. Eyes open, here we go. Keep the elbow still, go. And time it, say it. And keep the arm still, keep the arm still. Yep. Get feet, 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 feet. Keep the arm still as you move. Get around, get around. Don't smack, feel it. That's it. Keep the rhythm. Beautiful. Get water. Good job.
Matt Pressman here, editor of Florida Tennis Magazine. I'm here with Farshad.
How you
We're
doing, guys?
here at ProWorld Tennis Academy in Delray Beach, Florida. We want to talk a little bit about the forehand. It's a stroke that is, coveted by many, but not done right or properly by a lot of young players, especially folks that are, have children who are 10 or under. Farshad is an expert at training kids, teaching them the right biomechanics, and ultimately bringing them the philosophy on the right forehand. That led him to a new product, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. But Farshad, nice to see you here with Florida Tennis Magazine
My
today.
pleasure. Great to have you guys here.
Thank you, man. So tell us a little bit about the forehand, some of the things that kids do that aren't right, that you're trying to correct early on in their development.
Yeah, I mean, it started with, I'm working with 12 and under kids, so I'm seeing the same problems over and over again with different kids.
Right.
Versus when coaches are working with players and they're taking them on their journey, they see it once or twice and then they fix it and then they move on. But because I'm repeating it all the time, it's like right there glaring. And so the big one was muscling the ball. So they're using their arm to hit the ball. And then so as you dig deeper, I started realizing, I was like, can I create a stroke guide so I don't have to overload the kids with information?
Right.
But then also, once I've been using it, once I started really using the angle, I started really understanding that restricting the arm movement and forcing the students to work on tracking and moving skills and positioning their bodies would ultimately allow them to use their whole kinetic chain.
Right.
So this was just, it started off as a stroke guide, but then it's actually an awareness tool to teach kids how to be aware of their positioning.
Right. And then one thing that we're always seeing with the forehand early on is kids arming the ball, right?
Yeah.
Which can lead to problems with their wrist, their elbow, their shoulder.
For sure.
Wrong biomechanics equal injuries right down the line. So another thing we see are kids crowding, right? They're getting in too tight into their body and they're not creating that space that you see some of the big names like Federer and Alcaraz create that space. So talk to me a little bit about crowding, about arming the ball. What's wrong with that and how can your new product fix that?
Yeah, so I mean, it all stems from perception, right? So kids seeing the ball. So we can work on perception skills with tossing the ball and having the kids catch it, but it's not just perception, it's positioning the body.
Right.
Right, and so by having them have the angle strapped on, not only are you working on the structure of the swing, but then you can do hand fed, and that allows the kids to work on their positioning skills and ultimately transferring the energy from their legs up into the ball.
Right. And not using their arm, right?
Yeah,
They're
the arm is
using their
only there
legs.
because it's an adaptation.
Right.
So they're learning to adapt. Kids want power. They don't know how to produce power with their lower body. They're gonna make do. It's like a kid cheating on a test.
Right.
You're gonna look, but you don't want to get yelled at, right? So if a coach is saying they want power, and I don't know how to produce power with my lower body, or I'm not in position, I'm gonna use my arm.
Yeah, and that can lead to big problems down the line. And ultimately for juniors, getting those fundamentals right is so important, right? Once a bad habit sticks early, it's hard to change it as you get older and go through the track to become a junior player, a college player, and ultimately a pro. So starting in the 12 and under, 10 and under is key, critical, right?
Yeah, it's critical because then once students start getting results, especially if they're also known as hard hitting, it's very hard to make that change because it's attached to their self-perception.
Right.
How they view themselves. I view myself as a winner this way.
Yeah.
So then when you try to fix the mechanics later on, it takes up to 5 times more repetitions, which taking kids out of competition, very difficult because once again, they're tied to it.
Right.
Their self-worth is tied to it.
And so you can be a coach feeding balls all day, every day, yelling at your kids to have the right form, to do the right thing, to create some more space with their body when they're hitting their forehand. Or you eventually got this idea, let me create a product that addresses this issue. So maybe walk us through a little bit about what Angles is all about, what the product's all about, the different kinds of, tiers within the Angles kind of portfolio. Yeah,
so I mean, it started off something simple. I wanted to stop the elbow jamming, so I wanted an awareness. I wanted my students to have awareness.
Right.
Just point blank. Just know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? So
and
then you
feel what you're saying, right?
Feel what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%. And so what started off as all coaches do, were problem solvers. So we put either a medicine ball or a cone or something under the arm.
Right.
And then you say, okay, well, is that exactly where it should be, or should it be? Is it too low? You put a tennis ball, it's too low.
Right.
Put a medicine ball, it might be too high or it's heavy.
Right.
So I wanted something that was light, portable, easy for coaches to use on court, but also kids to take it home, which ultimately speeds up the learning curve, which is what we all want as coaches and parents and players.
So you want them to shadow using this product at home, not just on the court while you're drilling with them.
Yeah, I want you to learn here with the coaches. Coaches are critical, and then take it home and then continue the work. Because it's not the volume in one moment, it's the consistency.
Yeah.
So it's not about go home and do it for 5 hours, and they're doing 5 hours of just random hitting because they don't have awareness. Do 10 minutes of conscious reps. Like be aware of where everything is in space.
Yeah.
And so by having this kinesthetic tool that gives that kinesthetic feedback, that tactile feedback, it allows the kids to feel the difference. Right? So instead of all of their mind being back here, when you transition it to feeding the ball on the court, you actually can get them thinking more externally.
Yeah.
Which actually helps the learning process.
So that leads us to $1 million question. What does a good forehand look like? You know, and how does angles help someone create that great forehand?
Yeah, I mean, all coaches, we always say legs and hips create the power.
Okay.
Right? But you want to be creating that centrifugal force, that rotational force. And so ultimately you want the longer lever.
Okay.
Right? And so my thesis is efficiency, ultimate efficiency is ideal for all body shapes and sizes. Because efficiency is least the amount of input, maximum output, right? Relative to input.
Right.
So if I have a smaller child, I don't want them creating power yet because they're not strong yet. They don't have balance and structure. So what I should be working on is rhythm and timing. So everybody can kind of just do smooth.
Just
rhythm and timing. So I want to shift the conversation to what truly is the right process. Right? So kids don't get injured. There's no major rush for early results. I mean, more and more research is coming out that multi-sport athletes at a young age actually become better developed athletes long term and have a greater likelihood of playing top collegiate tennis and pros. That doesn't mean you don't need high repetition, but you need quality repetition.
Yeah.
Because high repetition without awareness is just habits that are created, whether they're good or bad. But conscious repetition becomes proper skill acquisition, right? And that's really what we want.
Now we took some footage of you working with the kids, showing how they use the angle just to get the perfect forehand or the better forehand, or at least. Where can people find more out about ProWorld and also more about angles? Yeah,
well, I'm ProWorldAcademy.com.
Okay.
And I run the 12 and under program here. So this is where we use we test the product. We make sure we're providing the best solutions for our students to learn fast. That's really the goal, right? Because a lot of academies you can teach tactics, you could tell, okay, the kids are just hitting, but there's no scalability in terms of technique. So this allows academies to ultimately scale technique and at least create a proper framework. Now, whether the academy wants to dive deep or make it just as parameters, that's up to them. But yeah, it really helps scale the technique. And you can find the forehand framework at www.angleslikeapro.com.
Cool. Well, make sure you guys check it out, angleslikeapro.com.
Let's get it.
Farshad is the expert when it comes to all things forehands and all things, anything stroke mechanics or biomechanics.
I'm trying.
So make sure you follow him too, right? You're online?
Yeah, Coach Farshad, at Coach Farshad.
At Coach Farshad.
On Instagram.